Hey guys, today we'll see how we can create a computed column in our view. So in our last video we have created a view, this particular view, sales table view. So now let us understand our requirement. So let's say we want to create here one field which will give us the information about number of days that, so for example, let me go to here. Okay, so here if you see, this view is created into this particular detail, like this particular sales ID is created into in this particular year. Okay, so we want to calculate the number of days from this date to today's date, or to current date. So total how many days have been passed. So to achieve this functionality, we'll create the computed column. So now the first thing is that we'll create a method here. So I'll simply go to method section and I will create a new method here. So let me write the boiler code here. So I will say public static server, and str I'll say something like total days, something like this. And let me remove this. And let me remove this summary here and save this one. Okay, so we have created a boiler code here. So in computed column, we simply write the SQL statement. So I think I need to pass something here. Okay, so let me pass a random string here so that we don't get this particular error. We save this. So we'll simply create a SQL statement here first. So we'll go to our SQL and I will go to new query here. So we need a date difference here. So for that, we'll write a query here. So I will say select asterisk from my this sales table. So here at the end, I will say where sales table dot sales ID equals to or equals to, it could be anything here. So the agenda here is I will use this SQL statement in my computed column. So here, so what I will need to do here, I will, instead of asterisk, I need only the days difference between my created date and time column and my today's date. So for that, I will use a function here. So let me put this one here, and I will say here date difference. And here I need to pass my variable here. So I will say day, and then I can pass here created date and time. This is the actual sales table field, and then since that will be a UDC date and time field, so I can use this function here. I'll close this. I will say it as days past, something like this. Okay, so we'll simply use this function. For now, what I will do, I will pick any random sales ID here just to test out. Okay, here, okay, I think This is coming from a different legal entity as well. So if I will put here and sales table dot data area ID, I will put my USMF legal entity. Okay, I'm getting now one record only. So since our code will be running on legal entity, so we simply don't need this one. So I will copy this and I will say here inside my return statement, I will simply use my strfmt function, and here I need to put here at the rate and comma, and I will close this. So here now I will paste my SQL query. So I need to correct this one. So here the sales ID would be dynamic in nature. So I will say here this. Let me remove this from, or let me simply do this. Do the formatting here. Now we need the sales ID here because sales ID would be dynamic in nature. So to get our sales ID, I will define a variable named as str, and I will say here sales ID. And now I will use this syscomputedcolumn, and I will use this function return field. Okay, and here now I need to pass three things. The first would be the view name. So I will say view str. I need to give my view name. My view name is sales table view. And sales table view. So my view is completed. Now I need to go into second parameter. The second parameter is my data source name. So here I will use identifier string. Then I have to simply pass my data source. So my data source is nothing, sales table. And now third thing here, I need to pass the field name, and that should be a string. So that's why I will use field str function here, and I will say sales table dot sales ID. Yep. So I will save this. Okay, so this is completed. So, but we have not yet created field inside our view. So what I will do, I will simply create a new string computed column here, and I will give it a nice name like number of days. So I will say NO days. Here I will point out to this method total days. Total days. So now I will trigger a build here, and we'll see output then. So guys, you see here we forget to mention the sales ID here, so I will do this now. So we got the same error as well, where this one. Okay, so I will save this. I will trigger the build now. Realize here I run this query, so here I started getting that. So when I run this query inside my SMS, so if you see here the subquery returned more than one value. So it simply means we are getting more than one value. So this could be issue with the data area ID. So that's why what I will do, I will add one more filter here. I will say and sales table dot data area ID, and I will simply say equals to %2. Here I need to pass my data area ID field. So what I will do, I will define a string field named as my USMF, or no, I think I should say here is as data area ID. Okay, so we have this field. So we'll simply assign this field here, but here we need to get the value. So we'll use the same syscomputedcolumn, and I will say your return field, and I'll start saying my view name is sales table view, and then I will give my data source name. My data source name is sales table, and then I need to pass field str here. So I'll say sales table, and I need to pass data area ID, this one. So I will say this one. So we'll do build of this one. So my build is completed. So here you could see now we are getting the number of days field. Here if you see this record is created in 2016, so till now here it's 3224, and here if you see the 20 year is getting 1914 days. So just to reiterate what we did, in order to create a computed column, the first thing we did is we created a method here. We write our X++ logic. We simply use syscomputedcolumn. Then we write a SQL query in SSMS, and then we simply assign those values using this syscomputedcolumn. So thank you for watching this video.